The Wyoming Territory was a land of dust, wind, and secrets whispered across the plains. Harlon Thorne, a solitary rancher shaped by years of isolation, climbed the barn roof, hammer in hand, repairing shingles worn by harsh winters. He welcomed the quiet, the combat that calm was shattered in an instant. Through the golden grass, a small figure stumbled toward the ranch, dragging his mother behind him. Her dress was torn, blood streaked across her face, one shoe missing. The child's eyes were wide with fear and exhaustion. Harlan's eyes narrowed as the boy whispered, "Trembling, mister. If they come, please hide my mom." Without a word, Harlan dropped his hammer, climbed down, and stepped forward. Anyone who dared threaten this child, and his mother would have to get past him first. Over his dead body, he vowed silently. Harlan reached the boy just as he began to collapse. Tommy's grip on his mother never faltered, and Harlan gently pried the woman from his arms. She was unconscious, bruised, and bleeding heavily. He lifted her carefully, one arm supporting her weight, and scooped Tommy into his other arm. Inside the cabin, the warmth of the hearth did little to calm the fear in the boy's eyes. Harlan laid the woman on the cot and looked down at Tommy, who clung to his sleeve. "Is Mama going to die?" the boy asked, voice quivering. Harlan only replied, his tone steady, "She's still breathing." "That means she's fighting." Outside, the wind whispered through the pines, carrying the distant threat of men who would not forgive. Inside, Harlan worked quietly, every stitch precise, a promise that no harm would touch them under his watch. Night fell over the valley, and the cabin was bathed in flickering firelight. Rachel stirred, eyes fluttering open, disoriented and weak. Tommy pressed close, small hands gripping hers as if holding on to hope itself. Harlan offered her a tin cup of water. She drank slowly, her eyes wary, but the brief warmth of his hand on her shoulder reassured her that she was safe. Beyond the cabin walls, shadows shifted and stretched, and the wind carried an edge of menace. Tommy whispered, "Please don't leave me." Harlan's eyes scanned the darkness outside, rifle at the ready. "No, you sleep too," he said firmly. For a few precious hours, they rested under the watchful eyes of a man shaped by solitude and violence. The night was tense, but within the cabin, hope flickered, quiet, fragile, and fiercely protected. Dawn brought pale light and a creeping mist over the valley. From the ridge, Harlan spotted smoke rising, riders approaching. Elias Dunn and his gang traced faint tracks through the grass, their intentions clear and deadly. Harlan acted swiftly. Lanterns were snuffed, windows covered, the ranch seemingly vanishing before their eyes. Inside, Rachel rested while Tommy fidgeted with a wooden token. Harlan had handed him, a small carved remind. "Hour of bravery, you walked miles." Dragged her. "Didn't stop." "Yes, you're brave," Harlan said. Outside, the gang drew closer, unaware of the silent preparations. Harlan's every movement was precise, every glance assessing the threat. He would not allow anyone to harm this family. Today's danger would be met head-on. For the child and the woman, Harlan would stand firm. The rancher, solitary for so long, had chosen a family, and anyone who threatened them would face the consequences. Elias dismounted, his posture relaxed but eyes sharp. He approached the fence with a smug smile. "Looking for a woman. Dark hair, this tall," he said, scanning the cabin. "She's not here," Harlan replied. Calm and unyielding. Elias held up a marriage certificate, claiming legal rights to Rachel. Clay and Milo lingered behind, ready to enforce his claim. Harlan's voice was steady, unwavering. "No one belongs to you." A tense silence followed. Elias challenged him, "Willing to die for strangers?" Harlan's answer was simple and deadly, "If that's what it takes." From behind the curtain, Rachel watched, trembling but realizing that someone would protect her at all costs. Elias retreated, thwarted, while Harlan's stance remained a clear warning. This family was under his protection, and he would not yield. Later, fire consumed the barn. Flames roared, sparks shooting into the night sky. Tommy awoke, panic in his eyes, while Rachel clutched him tightly. Harlan moved forward, revolver in hand, determined and composed. "Move, I'll shoot." Elias barked. Harlan stood firm, absorbing the threat and responding with precision. Shots rang, Fists collided with wood and bone, and chaos ensued. Clay and Milo remained at the edge, uncertain. Rachel shielded Tommy as Harlon subdued Elias with skill and strength born of years alone. In the unforgiving West. By the time the fire dwindled, Elias was bound and defeated. Harlon, bruised but resolute, assured them, "I'll keep you safe." Smoke curled away, leaving only ashes and the quiet certainty that the family would endure. Danger had been met and the rancher's vow remained unbroken. Morning light bathed the valley in gold. Harlon surveyed the aftermath, the creek glinting beneath his boots. Rachel approached cautiously and sat beside him, tentative but trusting. Tommy ran ahead, waving a drawing. Harlon allowed a faint smile to cross his weathered face. Life at the ranch slowly returned, planting, cooking, laughter, and small moments of peace. "Don't have to be good today," Harlon told Tommy, who hesitated atop the mare. "What if I fall?" The boy asked. "Get back up. Brave isn't never falling. It's not quitting," Harlon answered. The days became a rhythm of resilience, the nights a promise of safety. Through courage, trust, and choice, a man, a woman, and a child forged a family stronger than fear or law, family bound by acts of protection and love. Summer arrived in golden waves across the plains. The barn was rebuilt, fields flourished, and laughter echoed through the valley. Harlon tended the trellis while Tommy rode with growing confidence. And Rachel nurtured her garden with soft smiles. "Look what I made," Tommy said, presenting a small creation. Harlon hugged him, glancing at Rachel with warmth. The family had transformed fear into safety, chaos into home. Nights ended around the hearth. Days began with golden light spilling over fields they now claimed. Life on the ranch was no longer just survival, it was living intentionally, with courage and love guiding each step. Each moment became a testament to resilience. A solitary man had chosen family, and the child, once terrified, now thrived. The West, harsh and untamed, had yielded a rare peace for those brave enough to fight for it. Sheriff Willard arrived, cuffs in hand. Elias was taken away, justice enforced by law, but Harlon remained vigilant. The West never truly rested, and shadows still lingered on the horizon. Harlon's eyes scanned the ridge. He whispered to himself, "If they come over my dead body." Rachel sat nearby, hands folded, feeling for the first time the security of protection. Tommy ran freely, laughter echoing, the barn standing tall and rebuilt. The family had endured fire, threats, and violence. They had chosen each other, forming bonds stronger than fear. The valley, once filled with danger, now hummed with life. The quiet ranch held hope and renewal. Courage, resilience, and loyalty had shaped these days. The West remained wild, but a small family had carved their haven amid the untamed frontier. Time passed. Life at the ranch settled into rhythm. Laughter, chores, and quiet evenings by the fire became routine. Harlon, Rachel, and Tommy had built a life from ashes, one founded on trust, bravery, and love. "Look like our family?" Tommy asked, holding up his drawing. "Yeah, it does," Harlon replied. Rachel smiled, relief and joy mingling in her gaze. The West had tested them, but it had also given them each other. Nights were warm, mornings golden, and every moment a reminder of what had been earned. For those who watch this story unfold, the adventures of courage, chosen family, and unbreakable bonds continue. Subscribe to Tales of the Wild West for more stories where hearts endure, heroes rise, and love prevails across the frontier. Hit the bell and never miss the next unforgettable ride into the Wild West.